Hello and welcome to Aha Moments. This one is entitled Password Protected Momentum. And it was originally released on July, 19th. But you can get your Aha Moments every week if you want, delivered right to your inbox. Just subscribe at jrang.com and punch in your email address. And then every Monday morning at 8 a.m., you're going to get an aha moment. And well, you've had aha moments before, right? Aha moments are where something that you either get a message or you see something comes in to just kind of shift your perspective in a way that it expands on your awareness, your enlightenment, and you do things a little differently as a result. So that's what aha moments, aha moment Mondays are, the ones that I write that you will receive and that we're going to share today. That's what they're all about. They're all about taking everyday situations, things that happen to us on a regular basis or something that we recognize, and then taking a look at it just a little differently. And in each case, the aha is, how can we empower ourselves just a little more? How can we be doing things just a little differently to get closer to our goals and our aspirations? So let's go over this one. I'm going to read it to you, and then we'll have a little bit of a conversation about what it means. Let me just find it here. There we go. Okay. Password protected momentum. How many passwords do you have? Here we go. Do you have a specific passwords for highly protected accounts like banking or government, then reusable passwords for online shopping or lower risk accounts? We were all definitely sent more online the past while, and even the smallest of subscriptions require that you have a unique access code. Many people use pieces of their lives, like numbers from their street address or telephone, coupled with triggered words or phrases. Of course, you can always auto-generate codes that are brilliantly random, but since they are rarely relevant to you, it means you have to save them in an easy access point because they're not that easy to remember. The password is the command to open the door to a new experience. No password, no movement. You're locked out. So if you have a password or command, or do you have a password or command that you give yourself when you need to open a door to creativity, prosperity, or expansion, an inspirational trigger, word, or phrase that immediately gets you into action? Aha, reignite with a personal passcode. Everything goes in cycles. You're not going to feel up all the time, positive all the time, or inspired all the time. That's natural and normal. But when you're at a bit of a standstill, a little demotivated, or thoughts have drifted too far off center, it's handy to know a password you can use to get yourself back on track. One of my words is next. When non-productive or self-sabotaging thoughts pop in, the second I realize they're there, I say to myself, next, and I clear my mind for the good stuff. And this is a fun one to admit. When I'm about to take a golf swing and my mind is swirling with way too much last-minute instructions, I say, quiet, please, just like the signs do at pro matches, and I'm back in the present moment. What about I am statements like I am in control, I am love, I am connected, I am the creator of my own destiny, I am, and it is so. Do you have any of those in your back pocket ready to fire when you need them? Hitting a wall can be a great motivator, but there's nothing that drives emotion, energy in motion, like passion and desire, because they are intrinsic. Become password protected and forever keep your momentum strong. Whew, how's that? So that was an aha that actually was released a couple of years ago. I changed it up a little bit, including the actual aha itself, because I realized that it was about momentum, and that momentum is not a straight line, right? It's, we like to think that, once things start to take off, that that we fuel that desire with whatever it is, and then the momentum kicks in and everything starts to take shape for us. However, it's still not a straight line. It still can be a little bit of a bumpy track, right? So nobody is ever up all the time. They're never motivated 100% all the time. It's, what we need to find a way to bring ourselves back into center and back into the present moment. And how do we do that? So I'm suggesting that your momentum can be password protected. And in that way, that when I say next, or And I have other words too. A couple of years ago when I wrote that, next was a big one. But, you know, and quiet please on the golf course, it's true. Like just say quiet please. And I'm asking myself, like, quiet your thoughts, you know, get down and do your shot. And, you know, I found that I admitted in one of the earlier ahas that I had been using a lot of words like overwhelming and frustrated and all of those negative words that were creating a lot of negative energy. And I have to admit, you know, in my present time with there's so much going on and there's a lot of transition happening right now. And it was feeling overwhelming and it was feeling tiring. But the more that I kept saying those words, the more exhausted I felt. And so I had to really be super critical of myself. And every time one of those words popped up, that to reframe it with another word. So next was good in terms of just kind of stopping myself, but the I am statements, I have to admit, came in a little bit more in terms of I am in control, I am love, I am right on track, I am receiving the blessings of the universe, I am attracting the people who will work for my higher good, the higher good, our higher good, right? So those I am statements became a little more powerful, and recognizing, of course, that, you know, here's the perspective thing. Here's the aha moment, is that in any situation, there's always a good way to look at it and a bad way to look at it, right? Everything in the universe has opposites. Not the universe, that's not true. Everything on Earth, on our planet, has opposites. So there is, in the universe, it's just love. It just is, right? But here we have opposites, up, down, in, out, black, white, you know, male, female, like we have opposites to absolutely everything. So they're in same as with perspective. So in any situation, even though, you know, here I am saying I feel, you know, exhausted and overwhelmed and frustrated. And yes, that's one perspective. The other perspective is that I'm embracing opportunity. I'm opening up to possibilities. You know, I'm endless energy. I mean, there's other ways to look at it. And you know, I had to catch myself and go, okay, you know, what does that look like? What does that mean? But it was having those little passwords, and even if it's just one password like next or something that you can get in order to jumpstart, to ignite that momentum again, right? So when your momentum kind of, you know, falters, or you're not feeling super motivated or whatever, sometimes a word might be as simple as it's okay, it's all good. That's one of my favorites, all good. You know, at the end of it, when I find myself kind of trying to frame a situation in a certain way, I end it with that, it's all good, because I know it is. I know that everything that is happening is moving me forward, and it may not feel like it at the time. I may not feel like I'm totally on track, but I know that every day, that everything I'm doing, the energy is never wasted, and that I'm always on track to accomplish something, to be something, right? So, and I know that that's the same for you. So energy is never wasted. Whatever it is that you're doing is working towards something. You may not see that it is necessarily towards your goals at the time, but as long as you have something in your mind that you are aspiring to, whether it's you know, a tangible goal or a financial goal, or even if it's something like bringing more joy to yourself, you know, time, money, freedom, whatever it is that you know, as I say that, my two top goals are health and freedom. So at the end of the day, everything is always in my mind moving me, if nothing else, towards those achieving those to a greater extent, to have greater health and greater freedom. So lots of little things that go on in between, right? So I'm sure you're the same. So I hope this had meaning to you. Please subscribe at jrang.com and get your aha moment every Monday morning into your inbox at 8 a.m. Eastern. And then just let me know what you learned. Let's have a conversation about it, okay? Email me at any time. You have my personal email address, jae@jaeassociates.com. And I look forward to hearing about your aha moments. So in the meantime, 50 simple ways to release the shackles of self-sabotage, really coming out in August of 2023. Looking so forward to that book and all the things that we're going to do together as a result of the learnings there. Whew, going to shake some stuff up, that's for sure. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I look forward to catching up with you. And next week's aha moment, right? In the meantime, as always, succeed deliberately.